So welcome everyone to Thursday night yoga therapy, and tonight we're focusing on mind, emotions, and the whole body, last class of 2021. So just find yourselves on your back. If you have a nice carpet or a yoga mat to work with, I recommend that. I'm just using the floor because it makes it easy for me to move around and show you different things. But please do lie in something comfortable. So you do have a wall to work with for your feet. It's nice for alignment. Decide whether you want to have your legs straight or bent. I'm going to leave my socks on for a bit because it's a bit chilly. Inhale, arms coming up. And exhale, arms coming down. Now, just a reminder for those of you with shoulder injuries, you can bring your arms to the sides. You can bring them to, just halfway up rather than all the way up. You can bring your arms just to the ceiling rather than all the way overhead. You could have a bolster behind you that you bring your arms to. Or do the full pose, Tadaka Mudra. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. Feel the lower back sink into the floor as you exhale, drawing the belly in. Try to hold your belly as you start to inhale into the chest. Then release the belly and breathe into the belly, the full diaphragm contraction. Just keep this going your own timing, adding Ujjayi Pranayama, constricting the throat if that works for you. Tucking the chin in at the top of the inhale if that works for your neck. Exhale, engaging those lower bandhas locks from the pelvic floor all the way to the belly button, and then drawing the stomach a little bit in and up. Uddiyana Bandha, the upward flying lock. Keep this going your own timing. Inhale, chest to belly, exhale, belly to chest. Pause between inhale and exhale, and you can lengthen those pauses for energetic effects. You can lengthen the inhale to create more energy in the body, mind, or if you want to down-regulate, hold after exhale. So you can make a choice about those holds. Or you might do it for a stretching reason. That hold after inhale for me feels really great on my neck. After a day of computer work, it feels just really nice to get that longer stretch there. So that's the choice I'm making. Make your own choice. Your legs can be bent, remember. Now, as you do your next inhale, can you inhale into the back body? Try to inhale into the upper back, middle back, lower back as you inhale. Can you inhale more into the back body? And then exhale, feel the front body from the pelvic floor up. So you're creating a circle. Let's just do a few like that. Try to breathe a bit more three-dimensionally rather than just always breathing forward. This can really help our posture. It also decreases the back arch a bit if you breathe into the back body. So just do maybe one more of those. And then stay in the pose, Tadaka Mudra. Your hands can be apart, they can be together in prayer position, they can be interlocked, palms up. So just pick your pose. The arms could also just be at the sides. But can you make that mudra, that lock, that seal from the pelvic floor to the stomach, all the way in and up, and hold it in and up. The lower back's on the floor. Release the stomach a little bit, then inhale into the chest and the belly. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, everything in and up. Can you add even the chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha, to your hold after exhale? Release the stomach a little bit, and then inhale into the chest and belly. Try this on your own. Holding after exhale with the bandhas, the locks. That hold can be half the length of your exhale or the same length. Let's just do one more. It's the classical pose, Tadaka Mudra. Modify the arms by bending them, the legs by bending them. You're ready, release that. Just rest for a moment. When you're ready, if you have socks on, remove them because we're going to do bridge pose and you'll need well-gripped feet. Definitely easier to do this one on a yoga mat. If you have one, inhale, lift those hips up. Or a carpet's fine. And exhale down. Now let's work with the breath and those bandhas again. This one I haven't taught you in a while. Inhale, coming up, and bring your arms up as well. This gets into the neck and shoulders when you add the arms. You can probably feel that, and you get a little higher as well with the hips. Now exhale here. Now as you roll down, hold the breath after exhale and feel those locks engage. During that hold, I leave my arms up till the last moment to get a bit more stretch in my upper back. That's a modification. Your next inhale coming up, inhale into the chest, into the belly, lifting nice and high. Exhale, stay here, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. Now hold after exhale as you roll down. Feel those locks engage from the pelvic floor up as you roll the spine down from the upper back down to the lower back. So you kind of have two movements going on there. Do this in your own time or with me. You're coming down on the hold after exhale. Roll the spine down as you pull the locks from the pelvic floor up to the stomach. You might release the belly a little bit before you do your next inhale into the chest and then belly. This pose, this variation for yoga therapy is used for diabetes. It's also used to just cleanse the gut area. It's a big cleanse for the GI tract. It's very Langana cleaning. It is also used for epilepsy. Strengthens the diaphragm. And today I'm using it to help you learn the bandhas, the locks. Learning the bandhas in the classical texts like the Yoga Rahasya, Natamuni's Yoga Rahasya, speaks about mastering the bandhas as a prerequisite for pranayama. So that's the reason I'm doing this. And very grounding, very settling. All right, one more time. Hopefully you got a little bit of that suction action happening with the gut. Release it. Take a little break before we do our counter. I'm relaxing my legs, but if you feel more comfortable, keep them bent. That's always a choice. Depends on your lower back, okay? So I've been doing a lot of this next variation this term. It's a little bit of a variation I discovered, and then I actually learned that it is classical as well. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, draw one or both legs in to the chest. If it's too much, just do one leg at a time. I think you can all do both. Inhale, legs come up to the sky, arms overhead. Exhale, touch the toes down. Now, if you want to make it harder, touch them further ahead of you. Or just bring the knees to the chest, Planasana. Inhale, extend. Okay, so we've been doing this with one leg at a time as well. You're welcome to do that. I'm just going to show that so that you remember how to do that. Keep it going your own timing, either one leg or both. It's actually still quite challenging with one leg at a time. If you're doing one leg, you can just move one arm, but it can get a bit complicated. Just linking three poses together, Tadaka Mudra, Planasana, Ekapada, or both. And Urdhva Prasrita Padasana. In case you're working on the names. When you're ready, just take a break. The three poses we just did are a set, 3 vinyasas. Complete little practice that you could take home with you as a daily recovery at the end of the day. You just do those 3 and notice how you feel. Okay, I want to move a little bit into inversions because we haven't done too many inversions this term. And I've been working myself on bringing a little bit of classical Viparita Karani to my life, but I still don't like to teach it in a group setting because it's a bit complicated. So I'm going to work with the bolster, but if you're used to doing Viparita Karani at the wall or some other way, you're welcome to do it without the bolster, but I'm going to teach it with the bolster just for safety, because this version I find that everyone can do and I don't have to worry. especially being online. So just putting that bolster under the buttocks, lift the hips up, put it underneath or sit on it and lie down, whatever works for you. And when you bring the knees to the chest, your lower back should feel very comfortable. And just make sure there's room for your legs to move. Bring those legs up. And in Viparita Karani, we usually, rather than, this is a bit more like shoulder stand, we bring the legs towards the face. And we're going to do a little bit of a vinyasa here to start with because we're not quite warm yet. So you're going to inhale, you're going to bring one leg down. And this is very nice for the hips. We haven't done this in a while. And exhale, bring that leg back. Now, if you are in regular Viparita Karani, you could just bend one knee to the chest or bring one leg back into Halasana. Okay, plow. Inhale, extend the leg down. And exhale, coming back. When you come back, try to angle the feet towards the nose a bit so your belly's being compressed. And just keep that going. If you are doing this with the wall or in the middle of the room without a bolster, you might want to come out faster than we will. Just feel that nice stretch in the lower back. And the hips. It's too much of a stretch on the hip. When you come down, bend the knee. Moving left to right classically. Just do your last round and then we're going to stay. Just breathing here. So add that hold after exhale. So again, your legs could be straight up to the sky. It's a bit more like a shoulder stand without a bolster, or angle your feet towards your eyes, compress your gut. Now on your exhale, engage the pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. Hold after exhale, draw everything in and up, hold. And then inhale from the chest to the belly. Keep this going your own timing. Pick a ratio. Inhale 4 to 8 seconds. Exhale the same. Hold after exhale, half the length of your exhale. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. We're definitely doing a Lungana practice here, reduction therapy. Reducing stress, reducing toxins, reducing weight. This pose is actually used for weight loss, believe it or not. Make that hold after exhale the same length as your exhale if you've got the capacity. And if you're in the classical pose, you could be doing this in halasana or in viparita karani. Or shoulder stand. This can be done in shoulder stand as well. These holds after exhale. Sarvangasana. And when you're ready, maybe bring your legs a little further back towards a kind of halasana. Wow. You might be able to hold your feet, your hands or a belt, or just leave them there, which is more like classical plow. Just feel that stretch in your lower back. In classical plow, the toes come to the floor behind you. That can be hard in the neck, so I'm not showing that. Feel that stretch in the lower back. And when you're ready, just bring your knees to your chest for a moment. Stretching your legs out long. Got your belt handy. Put your belt on your thighs. You could put a hard block between your thighs as well if you want to add a bit more stability, or just tie your thighs together. You might adjust your bolster. Sorry, I didn't say this, but if you don't have a bolster, you can be using a big pillow. I know I've said that other times in the term, but just a reminder if you are new to watching this class. And some of you, so this is Setu Bandhasana. It's a Iyengar yoga, restorative pose. It's a different name for it. And another version is, I have to move my bolster a bit when I do this, but stretching your legs out long. And this one is very nice to do with your feet up the wall. Let's see if I can scoot down to show you this. There it is. So I particularly like doing it with my feet at the wall. You can tie your ankles together, your thighs together, right together. So I'm going to show that with my thighs tied together, and I've got my feet at the wall. You could put a block under your feet to elevate them if it's crunching your lower back. So you're getting some compression, you can do that. That's quite nice. And if this is hurting your lower back, which it might, just bend your knees. So this is the modification, okay? Another possibility is get rid of that belt and bend one leg and stretch the other one. That's for one hip that's tight or compressed. So hopefully you'll find something you can do with all of those possibilities. And you might want to grab your trusty blanket and put it over if you've got one. Keep warm as we breathe here and just have a nice stretch.
Count your breath. Inhale 4 to 12 seconds. You should be able to breathe a little longer now. Exhale the same. You can always, if you prefer, make your exhale longer than your inhale to have a more of a relaxation effect. You could do double the length of exhale to inhale. So for example, inhale 5, exhale 10. That could be another nice ratio to work with. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat, making that oceanic sound. Counting your breath in your head. Inhale 4 to 12 seconds, exhale the same, or make your exhale twice the length of your inhale. Just rest. I always come out of poses sooner than I do. These restorative poses are often held 5 to 10 minutes or even longer. Just if you're comfortable, just staying here and meditating. Otherwise, come out of the pose and line your back in Shavasana and meditate there. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. This is Sanskrit for that which I am. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And it's said to match the sound of the breath. Hum, sa, so hum. It also means swan. Saraswati's swan. Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom, education, refinement, beauty. Think of your soul lying on the back of this beautiful swan who's carrying you across a still lake of consciousness. No waves. No vrittis, no movements of the mind. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Natural breath, no controlling the breath, just observe the natural breath. Let the breath move the body as you inhale and exhale naturally. When you're ready, starting to move hands, feet, bending your legs if it's comfortable. And wings to your chest if you can, or coming out of the pose in a way that you think is going to be safe for your body. So everyone's going to be different on that. If you've got injuries or anything, just be really careful after staying in a big stretch. Restorative poses are not classically big stretches, but you do a pose like that, it can certainly be quite a stretch. Bring your knees to your chest if you can with that bolster or block underneath. Stretch out the back. Bring the legs up and back if that's comfortable. And when you feel like your back is ready, remove that bolster. If you haven't already, some of you might have gotten rid of it sooner, and that's completely fine. And let's just move into some windshield wipers just to balance out the pelvis. Inhale, center, exhale, knees side. Inhale, center, exhale, knees the other side. Coordinating the breath and the movement. Pausing after exhale. Start to exhale before you start to move, still exhaling at the end of the movement. Breath is longer than movement. Pausing between inhale and exhale. Those pauses are preparing you for pranayama, where we lengthen those pauses. So Krishnacharya's yoga is very breath focused, very mindfulness focused, preparing you for pranayama and meditation through the asana, through the postures. So that was kind of his genius, I feel, was incorporating the deeper practices into the asana practice as preparation, not the ultimate practice, but a preparation. If it's comfortable, you can stay on one side. And if you'd like to do a different expression of this pose, Jakara Paravriti, feel free. We've done a lot of them this term. So knees can be up towards the armpit. They could be up on a prop or a bolster. One leg could be extended. You could be holding the toe. Both legs could be extended, you could be holding the toes. You could do that with also a belt. So just pick your medicine, just listen to your body. Don't strain tonight. To guide you towards self-practice, which is, you might be given a practice by a teacher, and I have given a number of you practices, but even when you're doing a practice given to you by a teacher, you should be listening carefully and adjusting for your day. You can add a hold after exhale to this pose, a wonderful pose for cleaning the lower GI tract area. Stimulating all the organs of digestion as well, and elimination. When you're ready, going to the other side, inhaling center, exhale other side. So you can just do regular windshield wipers, stay there, or bring the knees a little higher, bring the hips to the opposite side so that your spine is aligned from the hips to the top of the head. Both shoulders down, so do add a prop or whatever under your lower legs so that both shoulders are down. You can also have a blanket, etc. under your shoulder. And I'm a little chilly, so I'm adding a blanket as well. Hopefully you have some nice heat by you. Just notice differences between sides. Staying in the poses a bit more tonight than doing vinyasas. Also to prepare for meditation. Suppose you can turn the head the opposite way. Back of the head back. You need a pillow or blanket under the head to do that successfully. Be careful of the neck and shoulders. Hold after exhale, engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha that we're working on tonight. Engaging those if they feel comfortable. Some people, those holds after exhale can bring emotional experiences forward that are not comfortable, so you can always skip them. They don't work for you. After staying around 6 breaths on each side coming out. And just doing a simple counter pose. A Planasana, you could have bolster or, not bolster rather, pillow or block under the hips, the soft block. Not one of the brick ones, the hard ones. Let's try to do this without your hands on your knees for a moment. So you're really using your belly to move your legs rather than your hands. So really important in this pose to access the Apana region, which is this whole lower gut area. The downward flow of energy. And you won't get it unless you contract from the pelvic floor to the belly button. The hands are just there to be along for the ride, and use them a little bit at the end to stretch the lower back a bit more. You don't want to overuse them. And this is our last asana before we come to sit. So hopefully you feel complete. Come to a seated position
After that practice that I hope was grounding and settling, which at the end of the day is a bit more important. Just setting up to sit. I like to have something under my ankles, and I also like to sit on a block, but you don't have to. You can also sit on your bolster. Some people prefer that, or a pillow. So whatever's comfortable. You can sit on a chair. You don't have to sit on the floor. And you don't have to sit cross-legged. So these are all options, not necessities. And I often don't have one here, but I often have a shawl over me as well, just to kind of cover everything up. Or a big blanket. It can be cozy at this time of year. Just finding your seat. What is comfortable today? We're going to just do some pranayama. So tonight, we're going to do just simple nadi shodhana. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Okay, that's one round. So inhale left, exhale right, exhale left. That's nadi shodhana. You're using Reiki Mudra, first two fingers coming in, or you just make a little beak with your hands as modification. If you feel that you want to really work with settling your mind, do Chandra Bedna, inhale left, exhale right. Just do the moon breath, which is a special breath for strengthening the mind. Okay, so I'll give that as an option. It builds receptivity in the system, coolness. It's good for menopause sometimes. So I'll give that as an option. I'm just going to do Nadi Shodhana, which is for cleaning the nadis, the 72,000 rivers of energy throughout the body. Pick a ratio that works for you. Inhale 4 to 12 seconds or more even. Exhale the same. You could add a hold after exhale, half the length of your exhale for a reduction effect, calming effect, or hold after inhale for a more stimulating effect. You close one nostril completely, the other nostril half closed. I switch sides to side with my hands. Classically, it's just right hand. Keep that elbow high so that the rib cage is open, as if you have a staff, a danda under your elbow. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes. Feeling complete after having done 6 to 12 rounds. Just letting that go now. Just going back to your So Hum meditation or Hamsa. If you like, you can visualize that swan. It's taking you along the still lake of awareness, consciousness. Another name for our souls, the hub of awareness, center of the system. Connecting with that part of you that is still changeless, joyful, and equanimous. It's actually beyond, at some point, beyond even joy. But in earlier stages, which most of us enjoy, you get joy, bliss, peace, and all sorts of wonderful positive emotions. But at some point, you even transcend that. You move towards equanimity. Inhale, so, exhale, hum. I have my fingers in Jnana Mudra, first finger and thumb together. This is to promote that wisdom of Saraswati, the goddess carried by that swan. The goddess of wisdom, she's like Athena. Inhale, so, exhale, hum. Observing the rise and fall of the breath in the body. Observing those natural pauses between inhale and exhale. Perhaps putting the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth, Jihwa Bandha. Just when you're ready, starting starting to move out of your meditation. Certainly could sit and meditate for much longer. 10 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, hour. I'd just like to end with asana-s gamaya. It's a Vedic mantra. It means, may we be led from what is asat to what is sat, what is untrue to what is true. May we be led, gamaya, from tamas, darkness, to jyoti, light. May we be led, gamaya, from mrityor, mortality, to amritam, immortality, or from limitation to freedom. And may this leave us with peace in our thoughts, words, actions, body, speech, minds. Asato ma satgamaya. Om Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Om Mrityoma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you so much. Wonderful holiday season filled with peace, joy, love, the gifts of being connected to our deepest heart. When we feel peace, joy, and love, it means we're linked to our deepest heart, our souls, our awareness, our stillness. Thank you.